it's done. Hello there. It is, can you see me? It is Sunday afternoon, and it's second Sunday of June, technically. And as I promised, I have taken out birds. I've taken out the ME109, or rather, put it on the table so I can finally complete it, much like a promise I would. And as you will see shortly, all the build is pretty much practically complete. It's just really adding the propellers, fitting the wheels, little things. Most of the work needed to do now is to paint it. Painting is not my favourite thing, but when you're going to paint that paints as really well as Tamiya paints do, I think I may enjoy this one. As I record this, I've already started in it, so what you see next will be stuff I did about an hour ago, a couple of hours ago. So there's that. So that's it really. So let's get back to the table and have a look at this Messerschmitt 109 in 1/24 scale from Trumpeter. Yeah. So here we are. It is June. First week of June. First weekend of June. Oops. And we are back on the ME109. Let me get this back on here. Which way does it go? Nope. I took all the pieces out of the original box, which is way bigger than this, and put all the parts that were left over into this little box. So all the assembly is pretty much complete. It's just a case of fixing the propeller on there when it's ready, and the landing gear doors. Got the little tank, so it's just a case of painting everything now and going from there. As for the paint guide, I think I'm going to go for the one that's on the cover, which is this one here, number 13. Mainly because there's no actual straight lines in the paint colour and camouflage, so no masking necessary, as unlike this one. So the other masking is going to be on the canopy, and as you can see there, the canopy is masked. This piece of tape is actually coming off. It's just there to hold the canopy on while the white glue dries. I'll put a bit of let me find it. I'll put a few drops of microcrystal clear to hold the canopy on, just enough to keep it on, but not enough to fix it permanently, so it'll be pried off fairly easily. The colour for this is, I think, RLM 76, it says there. I'm going with the Tamiya XF23, as it's the I understand this is the closest colour, that's why I bought that particular colour for this job. And then it'll be green and grey. So it's been a while going. It's been quite a while waiting to get around to this again. The build, where the parts go together, has been fairly good. The propeller here, for example, we've got this little piece there. And you can see under there, that's some kind of tank or expansion chamber. I'm not sure what it is. There's a cable there. I'm not sure what that is either. So basically, I painted and detailed the engine, as you may have seen previously. Oops. And you can't see any of it. You probably will be, because I think I should be able to remove this. I used a touch of that microcrystal clear, basically a glue that isn't totally permanent, so I can easily take it off, or should be able to. Got this piece goes over there, covering everything up so I can't see anything. The propeller goes on top of that, still maintaining. I like the fact though, with the detail, you can still see there's the going to focus on that today. No, you're too close to the lens, damn it. And as you can see, the hole for the cannon. So that's basically the barrel for the cannon. Should technically go all the way through the engine, but don't think it does. I should know because I built it, but anyway. The propeller, again, this goes on pretty well. You've got a couple of tiny holes on that panel there, and a couple of pins on here. So getting that fitted onto there, get it through there. That's it. So that's going to get glued onto there, fixed, and then the nose cone, the spinner. Again, that's got a couple of 3 holes on here, 2 there, 1 up here, with a couple of pins on this on the spinner. So again, that's goes on only one way, and it does go on pretty nicely. So, and it will rotate. So what I could do really is put that on, glue all this together as one unit, and just pop it on when necessary. So that's probably going to be the way. I'll paint all these bits separate and then fit them together, or I may just leave it like that so you can take it off and admire the finished job over there. Yeah. So anyway, that's all coming off. In this box here, got some other bits. The wheels, 2 of them. You got the underwing cannons, machine guns. Fit under here somewhere, like that. So I'm not sure which is which. I think I got that the right way around actually. The little exit chute on that side, which is probably means that it goes away from the plane, so I think that's on there properly, but it doesn't really matter. Other pieces in there, nothing of any consequence. I got this little fuel tank here, which fits onto this panel on there. So this panel is also held on with a couple of drops of the microcrystal clear, and basically it's there just to paint, because then I can paint it all together and leave it fixed onto there. So the upshot of that, or downshot, or whatever, underneath here there's unpainted plastic, which I don't care about because it's not coming off. So this goes on, and that will fits in there pretty nice. The undercarriage, did I put those on too soon because they're going to get in the way? They are like spring loaders, so they technically work, but why they needed to go to that effort to do all that seems pointless to me. Probably the main disappointment for this is that these little scissor things, they're really, you got this little pin on this side here. Don't know if you can see, they've got a pin on that side there, move the other way. Got a pin on this side here and a little hook on this side here. A hook which I think should have been an eyelet instead, because it will go on there. They will go together if I can get there, but it is very tricky, and they will apparently, oops, there you go, and they will apparently stay together, but get the other one done as well. But as soon as you move it, they just come apart, and I can't glue it, because if you glue it, then the suspension thing doesn't, the suspension gimmick doesn't work. So, and I haven't got a way to make it a working hinge because it's too tiny to actually do that. So yeah. So, but then when you do put the wheels on, drop them there like so. There is a little pin that, well, not a pin, something goes on the front there to keep the wheels held in. If you're careful gluing the piece on, then it allows the wheel to spin. The model itself isn't heavy enough to force the suspension to move. The spring there is quite stiff, and then because you've painted the pieces, and that adds extra friction because they're not sliding together properly. So that's another thing that oops, that's another thing that can be a bit of a bother. Let me see, let me make some changes here. Everything's looking a bit dark. There you go, F8. Suddenly overexposed, about a little bit. So there you go. So as I said, probably putting the landing gear on was a bit premature because they fit together fairly well. There's like a proper hole in there, but I glued it in, can't take it off. So, and I know that I may knock it and break it because it is getting in the way of painting everything, so I'll have to mask it off or paint it separately afterwards, which is probably what I will do. I'm going to paint the whole thing with, as I mentioned, with this thing. So that's basically the whole underside, the sides of the vehicle. So the whole underside and the sides of the vehicle are going to be the XF23 light blue, and because I may just paint the whole thing light blue and then add the dark green and stuff on top, which is probably the best way to go around. I've gone over it with some 1000 or 1500 grit Tamiya sanding sponge. Slightly wet sanding. This is the primer here is the Mr. Colour, I think 1500 surface primer, surfacer, and it does sand pretty well. So I've sanded it all down. I did notice that, don't know if it's visible. Let me zoom in again. You may be able to see. Yeah, there's a couple of spots there. Something slightly pointing. Got a couple of spots there and there, which weren't visible until I started sanding it. So it appears to be something to do with what happened on the moulding. So these bits just raised slightly. Is it a problem? Not really, not to me anyway. Same thing on the other side. And I did notice on these ones, if you run your finger across it, you can almost feel a slight impression, a slight raised quality of it. Yeah, but anyway, I sanded all of it down, gently sanded it down with the very fine sanding sponge, mainly because over here you could see the paint hadn't gone on properly. I think I'd either oversprayed it or it was drying before it. Anyway, it looked a bit coarse, like it made up its own sandpaper on the inside. So I did a lot of sanding on those sides to smooth it down. Sanded across the whole, well, virtually the whole vehicle really, just to get it cleaned up, ready for the main colour. I'm not going to go. The tail wings haven't been sanded yet, so I don't know if you can see. Does it look different to the parts that have been sanded? Certainly the parts that have been sanded are smoother, but that's beside the point. Over here it doesn't look very good, but then trying to get that to match, there is a bit of a discrepancy there. You can see the seam line, but then I do recall hearing that a seam line is visible on the real vehicle. So if I'm wrong, tell me down below. So yeah, anyway, sanding's done. So next job, get the paint on. The compressor is on, airbrush is ready. So I think I'll be using the Feng Da for this one. Doesn't really matter which one I do use, because I've got four airbrushes there, and generally speaking only two of them get much use. So anyway, that's beside the point, or maybe it is the point. As for, you can see the wheel wells there. They're a different colour, the green. I did paint those first. The idea was I'd cover it up and then when I painted the outside, but I think I'm just going to go over it, the whole thing with the green, and then if I need to paint the insides of those, it'll be easy to mask out the outside and then paint those bits afterwards. Yeah, that's that. Anyway, let's get some paint on this thing.
There's something real here. You two were just two hot bags of meat rubbing up against each other.
Grandmaster Qui-Gon? Sagrona. Not a bad speech. For a real nothing of a person.
R2 gave a great speech at our wedding.
Oh, oh. How many far people would travel for a free meal. Oh, yes. R2, your best man. You can't have your brother as a best man. It's a cop-out. Oh. Right. And 3PO had to be put to bed by 6. Boy, can that droid pack it away. Are you backing down?
A lot. It was very, very good, and it makes me super, super excited to go into episode 3 with you guys and see the rest of this begin. It has started. It has officially begun in this film. The dark side is here, and it will be, from now on, unrelenting. We already see Anakin falling. We already see him struggling, and I don't know which one to really call him, so what do you guys call him? What do you refer to him as? Because obviously, even since the very beginning, I've been struggling with a name, and when I want to talk about him while I'm reacting, I'm struggling. I'm drawing a blank on what to actually call him. What do you guys call him out there? Because I just want to stick to that. I guess Emperor could be the easiest one, but yeah.
So I gave it a coat of the light blue underneath, which was the, well, let's have a look. Have I done this already? And I've put some tape on it to mask off where I put the RLM grey. I appear to have chosen the wrong colour because it looks, probably on screen as well, it looks green to me. That strap down there is where I had some masking tape to give a correct straight line across there. But of course, yeah, sprayed it a bit too hard, so there you go. But, so this green doesn't look like green to me. Or rather, this grey looks like green to me. So maybe that is what RLM grey is, because it is, yeah, that is the colour it is. So, so I need to either find a mustache or buy another correct grey for it. Let me see. So I think I need this RLM 75, it says there. So I don't know, so I guess I've got to find out what Tamiya colour that matches. Yeah. Okay then, so that's that. So RLM 70 for the propeller, RLM 04 is for plain yellow, that's easy enough. RLM 02, which is I think what I've done this, which is what I think this is. So yeah, I shall do a bit of research to see what colour I need exactly, but this is the colour scheme I'm going for. I was hoping that this would all be that same, that light grey, but it's not. So yeah, so that shows you my knowledge of what these colours actually are. So yeah, I may have made a mistake right there, so I shall endeavour to fix it. Yeah, stay tuned, people. Oh, and happy modelling. So this is going to be the last video I'm going to make about the ME109. To be honest, I've had enough of this kit, and I have finished it. It's just a case of completing the decals, which are were the last straw, to be honest with you. The kit itself was fine to build; it went together well, and so on. It was really the finishing of it, and but then also there's the what felt like the added burden of filming it and making these videos for it, which made it a bit difficult. And to be fair, and to be honest, I just want to continue and start something different. finished the Phantom, and also a couple of other kits that are in a box waiting to be completed. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to the bench and see where we're at. Hi there everybody, and welcome back, or welcome to the final last video of the 124th scale Trumpeter ME109, Messerschmitt 109G, Gustav I think it's called. Yeah, I've decided to finish it. Strictly speaking, it's not completely finished. There's a couple of decals I would like to apply, but the ones I did have I didn't like, and they ended up scraping them off. And I'm taking my time making a new pair to replace them. I'm of course talking about the decals that will go on there, the swastikas, the forbidden symbol, as it were. So basically I'm not buying anymore. I'll just make a copy of the ones from the Tamiya 140S scale 190, Focke-Wulf 190, and I'll scan them, scale them up to size and onto decal paper, and do that. Gotta say, it's been quite a drag the last few months, I should say, doing this thing. But let me talk about the things I liked. The kit itself is pretty good. It's nicely detailed. It's not overly detailed, but there's enough detail there to satisfy most modelers. Well, me, put it that way. Right down to the engine, which is under here, and you can't see it because it's well, all closed up. I could pry it open. I do believe I used a rubber glue, what's it called, that stuff, sprue goo to do it, so that should be okay. I'm not going to try to pry it apart now, but if I do, I'll put some clips in here to show you what it looks like, what the engine looks like in situ. As you can see, I haven't actually removed the masking of the canopy, so let's do that now, shall we? Need something pointy. I'm hoping it's okay under there. Yeah, I'm gonna need something pointy. I'm of course handling it rather carefully because you probably can't see it, but there is a little aerial between the 2 points here and there, and it's very fine, almost invisible, but it is there. And I used what's that stuff called? I'll have to look it up. Is it over there? Rigging from Ammo. Rigging 0.01 millimeter. And it's slightly stretchy, but it is well, it's quite stretchy. It's elastic, but it looks very much to scale, in my opinion. So I'm quite happy with how it is. Different knife, I think. Let's get this one. Take the rappel off to allow me some leeway here. The paint got under there. That should come off fairly easily. And I've just scratched the glass. I can already see some fingerprints on the inside of the canopy. This is because it came off recently, and it's just been held down with easily removable glue. So maybe I should just take it off and do that. But yeah, it popped off recently, and I just took it down with some what's that stuff called? I'll put it over here so that you know. It's basically a liquid masking, Mr. Hobby liquid mask. Slightly closer in. I'm gonna get the tweezers out instead. As you can see, this masking tape has been on it for quite a while. It appears to be separating, the paint is separating from the tape, and it's not coming off easily. Yeah, just hold it with the fingers, easier. What's going on there? What I need now is a cocktail stick. Where are my cocktail sticks gone? There's some paint got under the masking, but no big deal. So this is the first time I've had I've seen inside the canopy since first time I've seen the canopy without masking since I put the masking on, obviously. Yeah, what am I trying to say? Oh, not very much actually, but there you go. I haven't done very much in the way of weathering on this. Done a little bit, but not much. Mainly because to be honest, I'd pretty much just had enough of this kit, and good as it is, I didn't want to work on it anymore. I want to start doing other things. I've been doing this for so long now, it's been getting on my nerves that I can't get it finished properly. It's not, I haven't done it to the standard that I would have liked to have, finished it, if I'm honest. But as I was saying before, the build of it, the kit itself, the plastic and all that, it does go together very well. The fit of the parts is very good, and it's nicely well engineered. There are a few bits and pieces that I didn't think were all that good, like for example, don't know if you can see on the landing gear there is, can you focus on that there? There is a little pointing. There is a little line there, this thing here, which is made of vinyl rubber, and it goes together okay on here, and it's fine. Some kind of a pipe, brake line or something like that, I guess. And it's alright on here, but in the engine they had there's a part in there that was made of that stuff again, and it didn't really work at all because it had all the lines to go into the spark plug connectors, I think it was, and such, and it just didn't work. So I remade that. You've probably seen, I'll link to the video where I show how I made that. I scratch built that piece, and which I personally think it turned out better than the kit part, which is surprising that they would have a part in the kit that was not that interesting, or that well made, actually, I should point out, considering how well the rest of the plastic goes together. Other things, you can see, as you can see, we have movable flat parts on the wings, ailerons, flaps, etc. And to make them move, you have some etched parts, metal pieces that you have to put together that make up the hinge. Unfortunately, they don't stick into there very well, and they don't make for that good a fit, unfortunately. For example, this one here, the whole thing fell out, so that's why it looks like it's sticking out of it. Tried to put it back in, but yeah, so you have to push it in, and so that doesn't work very well, so not too pleased with that. On the back here, they seem fairly loose, but they're okay. The rudder was also that way, but I decided to just glue it in. You can probably see the how a bit of a mess it looks there, and this is because of the decals that I've got. The original decals the original decals for this kit were, well, they just fell apart. So already I can see an issue with this decal. There's a crack there. Oops, it's made it so it's broken in half. So yeah, the decals are not very good, it looks like. Unusable. Don't think there's any decal from the original decals that were usable. So these decals, well, the decals here on the wings, these here, the cross on the side here, that little red cross just behind the engine, and the 3 over there, so on the other side, and there's also a set of numbers over here. Let me see if I can show you that without breaking the kit. Certain numbers over here. So those were the ones I bought from a German company. They're the only ones I could find that did a 1/24 scale size decal for this airplane, and props to them. They were basically the same for the same plane that the kit is showing, so the markings that was supplied for the kit originally. So unfortunately I did not like the decals at all. The printing of the decals was nice and properly done, but the ink they used was a bit too thick, and for example, you can see here that little line there that the decal did wrinkle a bit, and in my efforts to flatten it down and get rid of it, the ink or paint, I think is what it is, got rubbed off as I sanded it down after applied a couple of coats of varnish. So now you have a little gap there, so I suppose I could fix it by a little double paint, but yeah. The decals under the wings, well, these are not decals at all, because I think I used the wrong decals. So anyway, I lost a set of decals doing that, so I just masked these out and painted. So this and this are painted. Not my best work either, unfortunately, as you can see. I should have, maybe the wheel well should be painted as well, but at this point I'm past caring to be honest. I've got some fairly nice weathering, I think, got on the fuel tank here, and I think it looks like okay. So oops, I thought I'd broken the aerial there, but yeah, because it's very fine, you really can't see it. Can you see it on my hand? You can just about see it. Well, I can just about make it out on the monitor there that I'm filming this with, so maybe you can see it too. The tail wheel, another little bugbear. It broke off, or rather, it broke off around there, and I was going to try to glue it straight back on, but no. So what I did was I drilled that little hole, found a little steel rod, which I got out of it was some kind of hinge bearing out of an old dead camera. Very thin piece of metal, about ground, so it was very hard and very fine. In fact, the only way to cut it was to use a cutting wheel on the little Dremel style tool. Anyway, drilled a hole through there, stuck in there, and drilled a hole through this piece here. So you may be able to make out there's just a little piece of. I can see it from here. I don't know if you can see it from there. There's a little. You may be able to see a little bit of metal shining through there. So I trimmed it out so it allows the wheel to turn, but because I glued it all in, the wheel will not steer. So the main wheels, as you can see, they do turn, and they're okay, I guess. Nothing special there. So the other thing that annoyed me about this is this little, you can see one there. These little scissor things, I forgot what they're called, but because this airplane has suspension, if you glue these pieces together, it prevents that from happening, because they don't go together, they don't hinge together. So either there was a short shot in the molding, or they're just designed to be the way they are. Can't show them to you because the wheel gets in the way, and of course the wheel cover gets in the way. So there you go. Aside from these little gripes, I was okay with this kit. You know, it's a larger kit. It's certainly the second largest model kit I think I've built. Well, the largest build I've completed. Well, completed. 1,000 cut turn is finished. So the other kit, I do have one that's larger than this, but it's currently in a modelling purgatory somewhere on the top of a cupboard back in the other room. Yeah, so there you go. So that is the BF109. Put that on there. So I haven't glued the prop on. because I didn't want to. And also, mainly because if I need to move it around or store it or whatever, it's easier to store it as this becomes. And something just falling off. What's that? Oh, it's a bit of flake from the paint, from the masking that I just removed. So yeah. Anyway, I will leave it at that. What can I say about this kit? If you want to build this kit, I recommend having a look at getting a new set of decals for it. Hunt around and see if you can find something that'll do. I'm not going to name the company that did it because I don't want to make them sound bad, but I just wasn't happy with the decals they produced. Maybe I was using them wrong, quite possibly, but decals are decals, so you know, why can it be that we don't get along so well at all? This particular one, right, that is it. Actually, I'm going to leave it here. Here's a few beauty shots of the aircraft, complete with a few clips of the build process as did it so far. I don't want to leave it there. If you have built this kit and you enjoyed the process, which the build itself I think was pretty good, I quite like that. Leave some comment below. There will be a few more touch-ups before I finally, well, I say a few more touch-ups, so I keep saying I've finished it, but how long do you go before it's actually finished? It's a bit of an artwork, this modeling stuff, so I'm going to pry open the if they don't pop open, then that means I'll use proper glue to stick it down, but I don't think I did. Let's see. You're going to see me break it. Wow, I did glue it down pretty well. Or rather, the Mod Podge really does stick. How is it supposed to open? Is it? Yeah, I think it opens from down below. Now there's an engine, and as you can see, some paint has gone through from the little hole there. I think it's supposed to hinge at the top there actually, so, but there it is. So basically it hinges like this. And as you can see, something's fallen off down here. Yeah, I should have just left it when I could. The undercarriage door has fallen off. Yeah, I'm gonna cut my losses right now and just leave it there. Anyway, as I said before, if you have built this kit and you actually enjoyed it, let me know and tell me what I did wrong, where I went wrong, if you like. I don't mind being corrected. Yeah, anyway, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and happy modeling, everybody.
Tear down Bloodhaven, 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 Bloodhaven. Tear down Bloodhaven, 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 Bloodhaven.
Of course, I should be asking now, which models of the ones you've seen so far in the first Friday, for example, which of those do you think should build? I'm thinking I should do something that's totally different from this, i.e., not a World War II warbird, because I've got a lot of those. Do a spaceship, could do one of those. Star Wars, I've got a couple of Star Wars spacecraft to do, could do one of those. Some cars, I haven't done a car in a very long time. Vehicles, who knows? Anyway, take a look. If you've got the time, take a look below and let me know what you think. Bye, everybody.